Welcome back, sir. All systems for gaming will be prepared in a few minutes. For now, feel free to grab a cup of coffee and have an awesome time.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be watching the sad story of Fatty. And this is by Oompaville. I just started watching him recently. Ugh. He is very entertaining, very intriguing with his way he does his videos. It's very sporadic, very like out there. It's it's unique. I advise you to go watch this guy. It's like he is very entertaining. He is someone who I feel like in front of the camera just has that appeal, especially with his mustache. Now, with all that being said, I know about the guy he's referring to in this. I watched some of the video, and I believe I watched Cinnamon Toast Kin. He did a video about the guy as well, and this video, he goes into detail talking about basically some of the backstory and some of the messed up stuff that happened, which I did not know about. So with all that being said and all the talking, let's get into it.
You know what I like more than this thing I got here?
What the hell is that?
YouTuber documentaries. You love them, I love them, we all love them. The world loves them. They sort of give everyday people a peek behind the scenes into the life of the mythical creature known as a YouTuber. Shane Dawson's been doing them, iDubbbz has been doing them. The other guys who do them have been doing them as well, believe it or not. There are some highly produced ones. There are some terribly shitty ones, like the one you're watching now. This is not a documentary by any means, but they're very interesting, to say the least. Today we're talking about airsoftFatty. That's right, this guy. The OG
airsoftFatty. Yes. This dude was amazing. When I first heard about him, he's just goofy, entertaining, but then, like I said, this video will talk about going into the backstory of some of the stuff I did not know about, and I just started like, oh my god. Like, this dude seems like such a good dude, and he was just getting smacked around by people.
Chug Jug meme, okay. The OG fat guy. He's not, I don't know, his literally name is Airsoft, his name is airsoftFatty. I've seen clips of him for almost a decade now. That's a lie. But a long time, he really became popular and came to the forefront of my mind when iDubbbz.
I'll be pausing with the sound right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Alright, I'm back, guys.
Created.
I'll have airsoftFatty's information down below as well, along with Oompaville's. So if you'd like, go watch, subscribe to them and all that good stuff.
A documentary on his life, or sort of his content and his viewership, etc. in that time. Very interesting stuff. The iDubbbz doc was insane. It truly was amazing. There's so many insane clips. Shit you just can't believe.
We are here. I've never felt more uncomfortable in my life.
You'd have to see it to even believe it. You'd see the clips and you'd be so confused as to how it's real. Robert.
Do you have any weapons on you now?
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a real guy? That's a real guy. That's a real dude that exists.
6 or 7 years ago, I blacked out and learned something about myself that I really can't speak on you.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Can you summarize it in a PG way?
Not really.
And they fight, and he says he wants to kill, bruh. It's on YouTube and it's
That guy's the best.
free. Oh my God. Go watch the documentary, it's insane.
Both hands are disabled, dude.
But this isn't even the tip of the iceberg with airsoftFatty. It's a bit of an airsoftFatty iceberg, if you will. Big old fat iceberg. Also, just for clarity's sake, this channel, Oompaville, they make incredible videos. The reason that any of this is on my mind at all is because I saw a video that they did a month or two ago, and it like resurfaced everything and brought everything back up. I wanted to do my best to kind of add to the situation because I find it incredibly interesting. So go subscribe to Oompaville. He's the only reason why this ever peeked back into my mind. iDubbbz made an extremely well-produced documentary called Full Force, which has accumulated over 21 million views in the last few years, and it reveals the drama behind the scenes of airsoftFatty's videos, his friendships, and more importantly, shows Chris, that's airsoftFatty's real name, being himself, never trying to change or filter himself for viewers, not caring what people think, and creating for the love of creation, and eating a lot of really nasty food, and there's a lot of funny pratfalls and moments when he falls down, and it's funny. I don't know why it's funny, but it is to me. I don't know why. What's wrong with me, guys? Comment down below. I'll pin whoever's right. That was sort of the apex of airsoftFatty's career, as you can imagine, having the scope of iDubbbz's audience and that huge...
Virtual dimension.
Globalist elite, frogs gay, having that huge scope of that audience just barreling down on a niche creator like that really just can send someone's reputation into the stratosphere, especially someone like airsoftFatty. And that was years ago. What happened to Chris LaFon, aka airsoftFatty, since the time of the documentary being released? I don't know. Do you? I don't know. We're gonna find out though today, I think. Full Force.
That's the part I want to get in. I honestly did not. Like, I thought he was just a cool dude. Pretty interesting. Like, that's cool. He's got his thing in, and he's gonna do it, and it seemed like it was fine. So I left it there. But then watching, like I said, I watched part of the video before we started recording, and I started feeling bad.
Was released on July 31st, 2019. As you can see by the monthly gained subscribers for quote-unquote airsoftFatty, our subject in today's video. There's a pretty big spike on Social Blade. Also views. 2 million, that's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. His views skyrocketed in that time. He gained nearly 77,000 subscribers in the month following the release of the documentary. But unfortunately, right as things were seeming to hit their stride for him, tragedy would strike, and his mother, who was battling cancer, would pass away in September 2019. Chris would give his fans a glimpse of how he was...
That, when I heard that's like, no one deserves to lose a loved one. It always hurts when you have to say goodbye to somebody.
Was grieving in this video posted 2 weeks following his mother's death.
I need to let some emotion out.
Now, I saw this too when it first came out. I felt extremely bad for him. And not in like a like I feel like pity or whatever type way. It genuinely hurt me watching this video and seeing his reaction, because it seemed like in the doc that was like his whole life basically.
What do you love about Chris?
Really mine.
Yeah.
And it humanized him to an extent. From him, he was a meme to me.
I'm not gonna say he's perfect because he is not, far from it.
And then he became a person and like a really unique individual and character that I was genuinely just rooting for from that point on. Being at an understandably low point but still wanting to create content, Chris would bring on someone pretending to be his friend named Josh.
This dude is utter garbage.
To help manage the channel and run things on the back end.
Josh has been assisting me with trying to get everything back. It's been a pain on both our ends.
Josh was helping Chris by also running his social media and offered to help seemingly out of the goodness of his heart. Though later it would seem that Josh was manipulating Chris and taking advantage of his big heart.
Yeah, maybe you could pay me like $500 so I feel like I'm at least getting something out of helping you $6,000 in a month.
His comically large heart to further his own goals. Chris was extremely vulnerable during this time, having just blown up, experienced a great loss, and all that on top of his autism. By the way, I am also autistic, so a lot of people get mad at me, or some people get mad at me whenever I make jokes about autism. I have Asperger's. I've had it for a while. I think maybe for 25 years. High functioning, obviously, but I got it. It stinks. There's a bunch of really troubling clips of his manager, Josh, forcing him to stream. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Very, very, very odd.
I got stuff to take care of this morning. Peace out. I hope you guys have a good day, at least. Or, okay. Never mind. Just keep it here.
Josh, like, obviously texts him while he's streaming that and then tells him to continue. You can see in the chat that they immediately kind of realize what's happening, and Josh starts messaging in chat. He's got no shit to take care of, lol. All I did was ask him to stay alive since he's chilling. He's got 430 viewers. Chat is beyond toxic. Right. This was a while ago too. And Mizkif also reacted to this, which was really interesting.
airsoftFatty is, people think that they can take advantage of him because of who he is.
It was a time in which airsoftFatty was really being bullied by, he was being bullied by his friends, Josh specifically.
No, we're not taking my phone. But you don't put your...
It was like a thing on the internet for a little while. It was on live stream fails, all sorts of stuff. I'm pretty sure I put some of it in my video at one point as well. But this was like also peak airsoftFatty meme time. The Chug Jug thing was massive. Or it was like right after, or I don't remember, but he was very relevant. At the time when he was getting quote unquote bullied by his friend, a lot of people sort of noticed it and reached out to him because he made an update video addressing it.
I want to talk about some of you guys' concerns because some of you are like worried.
He addressed concerns about Josh.
He is a true friend because he has helped me during this whole spot of homelessness find places where I can stay for a few days at a time. Understand that he is not asking for a penny of this until I have a roof over my head, until I have my own home.
There isn't a ton of detail, but it seems like he is a friend helping him find places to crash while he's temporarily homeless, so he didn't have a home at the time, I guess. I'm not sure what happened with his house and everything after his mom passed. I don't know how that shit works. Not a lot of info on it, to be honest, which is good.
I'd be more comfy doing a video with him so that he gets a chance to kind of like introduce himself, but I understand he's not.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
A huge on-camera kind of guy. He just likes to work with technology. And
he also wishes he could do an update video with Josh, but Josh doesn't like being on camera, probably because he looks like a munchkin. I don't really know. Little tiny guy. 75 pounds soaking wet, probably. This was also confusing to me as well because during this time, airsoftFatty was making videos in which he was trying to better himself and like lose weight and be healthy and work out and get like meal plans and stuff like that set up. And Josh was heavily involved in all that, but it's the way that he went about a lot of other stuff that just ruined it all. It's like he was trying to help, but in a insanely controlling and over-the-top intrusive way that has no benefit to anyone that isn't like an actual indentured servant. Chris was trying to get fucking shredded at this time now, dude. Totally badass. Yes. Yes. Look at that guy. Iron Man. In spite of all the drama and everything that was going on, Chris consistently the entire time tried to make Josh seem like a helpful friend and a good guy, but it didn't really keep people off of Josh because in a later stream, Josh and his buddies ganged up on Chris and tried to make it seem like he was a
This is something I want to talk about. This is what I mean. It's like hearing more about it and then figuring all this out is like, it sucks when stuff like this happens to people, and then it's like, on top of he lost a family member. That stuff really hurts and gets to you. And if it was the truth, like, because I don't know, I don't know all the context. I only know parts of this video, like I said. And he did defend the Josh dude. But if that was the only support he had, it's understandable why he was trying to defend him, because he felt like that dude was the only one looking out for him. But there's some people in your life that do not have your best interests at heart, and they will take advantage of you and keep on taking advantage of you. So if you're a kind-hearted person, I advise you to try to take a step back and look. And if you feel like something's off, make changes accordingly so you don't wind up losing what's most important to you.
liar. It was really weird, and the entire thing backfired really bad and sort of exposed everything and let it all sit out in the wide open.
YouTube is not a guarantee.
I don't care. That wasn't.
Volatile system.
Are you just gonna make up these?
No, because I wanted you to stay stable.
Dude.
Because I know how volatile
Chris,
this
he's
is.
gonna piss me off because this is shit that I'm talking about when you're making points that aren't important.
It's really weird. It's like a intimidating, like mafioso intervention, cringe. Like these kids watch too much anime type shit.
I guess it's time to show you how anime I can get. Konnichiwa.
At one point, Josh said he quit his job to help him because he didn't have time to do both.
I quit my job to help you, not because I knew that it was gonna make me money. No, I did it because I wanted to help you and I didn't have enough time going to work and helping you because you are so much to handle that I can't work and help you.
In spite of Chris telling Josh not to quit his...
That right there. That... What do you... What...
Helping you because you are so much to handle that
You are so much to handle. That is not something someone who cares about you should ever say. There are times when, yes, a parent will be like, you are being so much to their child. But this is a friend. And it's like, a child can be so much, and a parent can be like, I need a break. And then go get some water or something. Like parents are, like, there's a lot of ways to go about this. That just does not sound like he cares about him. It sounds like he's trying to make an excuse.
that I can't work and help you.
In spite of Chris telling Josh not to quit his job because how volatile YouTube can be, and he wanted to be stable because also Josh this whole time had Chris's AdSense in his name, like all of his money. It's so insane that he would he would give someone this much power and control for no reason. Little Josh had so much control over Chris and his businesses that like even Chris's friends, this guy, this badass.
Well, it's me, just a different side of me.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about your demon.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love this guy so much for the documentary. He's one of my favorite people on the internet, dude. They couldn't even help with the situation. And when everything was going down the YouTube channel, Sir Sloth was one of the people leading the charge with videos like these, trying to raise awareness to help Chris and sort of expose what was going on. Very good thumbnails. Love it. He doesn't, interesting. And Sir Sloth was this guy, the guy who was working out with Chris in that one clip, helping him with meal plans and helping to even pay for groceries in some circumstances. But somehow Josh cut him off from Chris. This is him.
As you can see on the screen here, there's multiple texts that I sent to him. And one time I got an answer from him, and it was the day that the kidnapping video actually was released. And it said, I can't tell you much, but what I can say is that Josh won't give me my computers.
I also like how he has airsoftFatty in his phone literally as Chris, parentheses, fatty. I mean, he's like, that's crazy. Remember, it's the fat guy. Remember, that's him. When all this was going down, and at this point, I thought in my head that the only person that had the power to defeat airsoftFatty was Robert. All right, Robert. My favorite character in this entire story. Not only was Josh isolating Chris from everyone who actually cared about him, but he also wasn't even doing a good job as a manager. He ruined his channel, basically. Shit went downhill so fast. Uploading consistently doesn't help you at all if no one likes the direction your stuff is going. And if you don't let the main character, Fatty, be himself, it sort of ruins the entire thing, bro. The channel views went from 100,000 views.
After these messages, we'll be right.
I'm back. A very intrusive ad just literally messed up everything.
Of Chris telling Josh not to quit his job because how volatile YouTube can be, and he wanted to be stable because also Josh this whole time had Chris's AdSense in his name, like all of his money. It's so insane that he would give someone this much power and control for no reason. Little Josh had so much control over Chris and his businesses that like even Chris's friends, this guy, this badass.
Well, it's me, just a different side of me.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about your demon.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love this guy so much from the documentary. He's one of my favorite people on the internet, dude. They couldn't even help with the situation. And when everything was going down the YouTube channel, Sir Sloth was one of the people leading the charge with videos like these, trying to raise awareness to help Chris and sort of expose what was going on. Very good thumbnails. Love it. He doesn't, you know, interesting. And Sir Sloth was this guy, the guy who was working out with Chris in that one clip, helping him with meal plans and helping to even pay for groceries in some circumstances. But somehow Josh cut him off from Chris. This is him.
As you can see on the screen here, there's multiple texts that I sent to him. And one time I got an answer from him, and it was the day that the kidnapping video actually was released. And it said, I can't tell you much, but what I can say is that Josh won't give me my computers.
I also like how he has airsoftFatty in his phone literally as Chris, parentheses, fatty. I mean, he's like, that's crazy. Remember, it's the fat guy. Remember, that's him. When all this was going down, and at this point, I thought in my head that the only person that had the power to defeat airsoftFatty was Robert. All right, Robert. My favorite character in this entire story. Not only was Josh isolating Chris from everyone who actually cared about him, but he also wasn't even doing a good job as a manager. He ruined his channel, basically. Shit went downhill so fast. Uploading consistently doesn't help you at all if no one likes the direction your stuff is going. And if you don't let the main character, Fatty, be himself, it sort of ruins the entire thing, bro. The channel views went from 100,000 views per video at least to barely breaking 30,000. Oh, that's not good. And they were still making money, obviously. But the ones that were doing the best were the ones that existed before Josh was ever even in the picture. So I don't know who the f this guy is, but he sucks. And there's not really a lot of information as to how Josh and Chris went their separate ways. I know Robert was involved. Perhaps Robert literally did come to the rescue in this amazing situation, this telling story of a Titan versus David and Goliath. Goliath being little tiny Josh, and then Goliath, you know, obviously you know who Goliath is, but we really don't know. It's murky. The whole situation is murky, but it was shown that Josh tried to do the same thing to Robert as well as what he did to Chris.
It's been nothing all day. Little man, little guy, little 12-year-old that's got to act too. Just hit his face. Just hit his face.
I'm not here. I got 6 different horses. This is my newest one. And the whole reason I'm in cinematic mode is because I got a trail waiting from the Saint. I marked a trail waiting from the Saint to need a tumbleweed.
Robert's one of Chris's closest friends, by the way, in case you weren't aware of like the previous clips we've shown. It seems like they might not like each other. Robert recorded a fight between Chris and Josh. They threatened to call the police on each other. It was just so weird, man. It was like a weird, like, Watergate type recording. This thing is a rabbit hole. It's an iceberg of confusion and just chug jugs. Fortunately now though, everything kind of seems to have come full circle, and Chris is doing well. He commented on YouTube's video and left kind of like an update message, which is really cool, and he's staying out of trouble and he's feeling good, he's in a better place, etc. Hopefully him and Robert are, you know, buddies. Hopefully Josh is out of the picture still, but he's back to making videos he's passionate about, less frequently now because he doesn't have Josh cracking the whip, and there's less editing, and there's also almost no narrative whatsoever.
Let's see how it looks on the inside.
It's good. It's all Chris all the time, baby. Look at this fucking video, dude. Dude.
Just before you watch this video, if you are very sensitive to light,
right,
flashing lights,
thank you,
or have a tendency to have seizures,
thank you,
I would
airsoftFatty.
suggest avoiding this video. We are in an arcade. The games flash different colors.
He's male Tammy. He's literally male Tammy. I mean, this dude is male fucking Tammy. The voice, everything, the cut, the fresh fucking cut, the fade. Oh, it's insane. I love airsoftFatty. And I found this entire situation to be extremely interesting and wanted to tell you guys in my own sort of way to see what you thought. He just wants his viewers to stay safe, all right? And I want you guys to stay entertained. And also, last month, he released a video inviting his fans to come play airsoft with him.
Check out Umbrella Armory because they're doing a chairsoft event February 26th. And guess who's gonna be there? Myself.
I'm so tempted to go, dude. I'm so tempted to get involved. It would be so much fucking fun. He's truly a wholesome chungus. All right, he's a wholesome chungus moment. I gotta get me some airsoft guns though. I'll make it to the next event. Smash like if you guys want to see that shit. And also subscribe to airsoftFatty and YouTube Voos. And watch this video if you want to see more. Thank you all so much.
Alright.
that's gonna do it for that one. Thank you guys for watching. I had a lot to say. I apologize. It's just so messed up. Like with topics like that, it's kind of hard for me to explain. Thank you guys for watching. I love to see you guys again, and I'll have a lot more videos coming out today.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. On my side, Daddy whispers every night. Daddy tells me of my pride. Daddy told me that I was blind. Yeah, so he gave me better eyes. Yeah, now I can't see the light. Nope, so the demons now I fight. Whoa, I got a shady side. Yeah, you're right on my side. Daddy whispers every night. Daddy tells